Hello. I decided that um if streamers far larger than me are not going to worry about the copyright issue, then you know what, I'm not either. So, yep, we're going to be continuing Blueprints today. Bonus stream because I got bored. Sorry for poorer microphone quality than normal. For some reason my AC has broken and the fan does not turn off even when I set it. So it has been a while and I have not played since the last time I was live. So that's almost 2 weeks. But if you recall, I have a if I pull it up, notepad with a bunch of notes from previous streams. I honestly don't remember what I'm looking for. It's been so long. Though I do vaguely remember I'm looking for like a valve for a gas pipe. I think I have one more than I need. There really nothing in here? Wow. That is that's something. I would have expected something. I guess there are dig spots, which is fair. Guess I'm just gonna enter the mansion then. See if I can see it from up here. Yeah, over there. There's like 4 brazier. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Is it brazier or brazier? I don't know. All 3 of the 4 lit. So there's one more somewhere. Okay, that's what I meant by poor audio quality. Sometimes the mic is just gonna get completely overrode. So if that happens, I will attempt to repeat what I said before. Although, having mentioned that, I forgot what I was talking about. So if that happens again, I will mention it. Let's take the den for an immediate split. As you can see, this game, essentially the goal is to reach the antechamber, which is far easier said than done. And every day, the map gets cleared and you start essentially from zero. There are a few things that are saved between runs, but it's pretty much all starting from zero. Let's take a closet for some items and see what we get. It's like a key and a shovel. That shovel will be fun, especially since I have the hovel, which gives more digging spots in green rooms for the day. Let's take the parlor. Recently upgraded to have a larger prize. Ooh, and a magnifying glass as well. It's just a bonus that's always here. The gems are in the white box. Statements with the word white are always true. And the statement on the white box is true. Well, so, the way this puzzle works is essentially there's one lie, one truth, and one that can be either. So if statements with the word white are always true, all three boxes contain the word white. So that cannot be true, as at least one must be false, which means this is false. The gems are in the white box. I have no information on that. And the statement on the white box is true. Well, this is false because the statement on the white box is false. That means this must be true, and the gems must be in the white box. Moving on. In order to progress, I need either the bedroom or the west wing hall, and I think I'll take the bedroom. Hall I can use later. Anything in the bedroom? Looks like no. So there is this. I wonder if there's anything to this photo, or if it's just here as a... just a decoration thing. I don't see any sort of hidden note in it. Moving on. I can go for the Nook, corridor, or the commissary. Let's go Nook, I suppose. Key. Here. I guess I'll go for the pantry. The pantry gives me some coins, but it also spreads food about the mansion. Let's go ahead and take the split in the hallway. This way first. A garage, but it's a different format from normal. I will take it for the keys. Every other time I've entered the garage, the doorway has been from that side. I honestly didn't know it could come from the other way. I have already read that. Three keys. Anything in here? Well, I guess there is a digging spot. A deposit box. I don't believe I've ever seen a deposit box in this game. Coin. Looks like that is it in here. Moving on. There's nothing in the laboratory. Well, I guess let's take the corridor. And here, I think. So here's the thing. I'd love to take the courtyard because it has a lot of digging spots. However, if I take it, there's a solid chance I will not be able to progress. So I have to take billiard room. And in the billiard room, once I look around, there's a puzzle that I need to do. It's fairly easy. Blue means I'm adding it. So this is 20. Yellow is multiplication. So this would be 200. Or sorry, yellow is subtraction. This would be 10. Pink is multiplication. This is 20. Seven minus 3 is 4. Times 10 is 40. Over 2 is 20 again. 1 plus 19 is 20. Minus 6 is 14. Times 2 is 28. Over 7 is 4. There we go. 2 more keys. I am rolling in keys today. I could take security, and I think I will, since it is the only one which does not block me from progressing further. Go this way. I think I'll take the bedroom for the steps here. What are you? You're the car keys, yes? This is just explaining the new billiard room thing. Well, not new, but you know, it's explaining the billiard room thing. Here, I want passageway because I want to see as many different directions as possible. Let's use a key here. I don't have the gem for this. Let's take Chamber of Mirrors. I've never seen it before. And I'm also unsure what is happening here. Ah. It seems like this is opening the door, or not the door, but is opening the glass pane on the other side. So if I somehow got all the way around to over here, I'd be able to enter, or at least that's the theory. Still no gem for the laboratory. I could take the dining room for the steps once rank 8 is reached, which will happen very soon. Let's take the spare room here. And will I be able to see it? Yes, I will. Let's take the hallway. Okay. So, I have reached the antechamber. Except I haven't. Because there is a solid wall in the way. And the entire point of the game, I guess, is to figure out how to get rid of that wall. Hello, Surfcaster. Let's take the second parlor for some gems. There's also a coin purse here. Every box, that has to be false. Only one box can contain the gems. Every box is black. This is also false, so this must be the truth. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replace the word every with the word this. Well, if this box is black, that would be false, so this box instead must contain the gems. This is the first time I've seen writing anything like that one. Let's keep moving. You know, I will take the observatory here. Though this will create a dead end. I will get to use, or not use, but I will get to add another star to my constellation. It apparently makes apples more delicious today. Speaking of which, I have not seen anything that was spread out by the kitchen yet. Rank H was reached, so I get to eat. I'll just have dinner. No point in waiting. I doubt I'll need that extra 10 steps. I can go this way though. So let's see. I can take the key card, but frankly I don't need it. I'll just take the pantry instead. The curry yard I will take. Is this not only lets me cycle back into the hallway, there are also dig spots in here, which apparently contain nothing of interest. Unfortunate. I will not be unlocking that box. I will, however, take the den. For that gem. This is my last key. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Well, I might as well, I suppose. Man, I wish I could just leave. Well, that's a metal detector, which essentially just makes beeping noises whenever I am near anything that gives anything metal. So like keys or coins, it'll beep for. Here I want the I guess the corridor. I cannot get another observatory. I can get a bedroom though. The study is pretty useless to me. Although I will say I have not gotten in the study yet. There could be clues in it. And if I take the chapel, it will only allow me to access the entrance hall again. But if I take the commissary, I can go up. I can't take the commissary, I don't have the gems. So I guess I'm taking the chapel. I had honestly forgotten about that. Lots of dirt in this house. Oh, I got a key. And there's something nearby. Where? Oh, here it is. 2 coins. Alright. The Nook will lead me back into the entrance. And let's see here. Well, the dark room lets me go into that bottom corner, so I guess I'm gonna take this and see what's there. Looks like it is the library. Which... Oh, wait a minute. One of the things I needed was the date. But shoot, was that is this today's date? Or is this the date I requested it? Okay, I am going to go off the assumption actually I shouldn't put today's date. I should put this is day 11 November 17th 1993. And I'm pretty sure this is just random, but it might not be. So I'll keep it for now, but there's a good chance it's just random. Okay. But let's see. A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. Alright. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Botanical Gardens. Butterfall Keep. Trinsdale Lake. Mount Holly. Map. Which is interesting. I doubt I'll need it. But there's a chance I will. I can't really screenshot though. Not the way I set it up anyway. There's a coin here. Well, this did give me the date, but I don't think there's anything else useful in here. I will mark down that A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington has map. But I doubt that is going to be as useful as the date. Since I already know what the date is for. The date is for the safe in the shelter. So that means the next time I draw the shelter, I will be able to actually open the safe. And I do have a shovel here. So let's see what I get before I end the day. just in case there is something that is hidden in the ground in here. It does not seem like it. And just one more check that there is no valve. Doesn't seem like it. So I'll be calling it a day with 70 steps. Which kind of sucks, but there's nothing I could do. So that is a very, very big house. At least compared to what I have done in the past. It really didn't matter, as I didn't get much from it other than the date. Let's go to day 12. Let's see if I get the shelter. If I do, shouldn't be too hard to figure out the date. Or not the date, sorry, figure out the time. Speaking of time, I noticed in the intro that there is a big clock up there, which reads 8 o'clock. So I'll probably, if I get the shelter, I'll put in probably noon. Just to make sure that I have ample time. I did not get the shelter though. I'll take the tool shed. Or maybe I should have taken the shrine. The shrine is the one that I hadn't seen yet. I need to remember to do that more often. A wrench. Each time you draft a mechanical floor plan, you may permanently adjust its rarity. Incredibly interesting. And a sledgehammer. Adjusting its rarity. So does that mean that if I get, like, the boiler, I can make it more common? Or, like, what is a mechanical floor plan? I would take observatory, but I don't have gems. Let's go parlor instead. The box next to this box contains gems. Both boxes next to this box contain gems. That's a lie. A box next to this box is true. That is a lie. Which means this is the truth. Which means this contains the gems. And there we are. Alright. I suppose I could go commissary here. Let's see what you have for sale. All items 50% off on the 20th and 21st. I don't know how useful that really is, but whatever. Alright, salt shaker, shovel, sleeping mask, metal detector. None of those four are very useful, I'm not going to lie. What does this with and without mean? With, you have a plane, but without, you have a blueprint. And wait a minute. What's that E? Is that just where it is? I guess that would be where it is. All right. Well, I guess I'll go guest bedroom and then just head back to the entrance hall after collecting my steps. So there are car keys here. I don't think I need the car keys anymore. I already got what was wanted from me. All right, let's see. Corridor immediately. I will take that. Security room or den? Let's take security. And it is a mechanical room. Right now it's standard. I don't know if I want security to show up more often than it already does. But I definitely don't want it to show up less often. I guess let's keep it standard. I don't know. That might be a bad decision, but yeah, I don't really know. Let's go to the keycard system. Settings. When power is off, become unlocked. Right now I want security low. But if I am able to turn off the power to them, then I want to come back here. And that is a boiler room. I do want a boiler room. I will admit it is unfortunate placement. I definitely want to lower that rarity. Probably to standard. I don't know if I want it commonplace. That seems too common. Well, maybe not. If I want to guarantee that I always get a boiler room, I guess I should make it commonplace. I guess because I already solved it, it stays solved? Or I guess it's not actually still solved. Because why? You? Yes. So maybe this is just extreme coincidence that it was incredibly easy? Send the power off this way for now. And I don't know, we'll see if anything changes in any of the rooms that you pass. Well, immediately hitting, not great. I guess I'll take the pantry for the money. And here I don't have any gems, so I am taking the bedroom. There's a dice here. And that is locked. Which means I need to head backwards. And go all the way back to the last split, which was security. While I head over there, I will flip the direction of the power. So that I get... if something needs power, I get it. So... I don't know. I guess I'll take mailroom. I don't think I've been in the mailroom before. I don't know if I've taken furnace though either. I guess let's just take mailroom. Order has been placed. Let's keep track of where that is. This is in rank 3, column 4. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravane to sender, as he no longer is employed with our staff. Utility room fuse box indicator settings. Huh. And apparently I have an email if I can get an office. Possibly I have an email anyway. So, fuse box. Press any button, or press any green button to make blue. Press blue to make red, or sorry, blue next to red to make purple, and 5 purple indicators are needed to activate the 6. Interesting. I will see what that means if I get a fuse box again. Anything else of note in here? A letter to Simon, which is me. Hey buddy, how's going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a client. What? What does that mean? Perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves every day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow, so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days at the estate. With all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm going to find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from the conversations just how much happiness the final project brought him. Do us both excited. Do us both a favor and be excited. The house is amazing. I know it's almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. Despite my best intention, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of the unused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Don't spend all your time each day playing Garage blocks. Well, that's kind of useless. I was kind of hoping for something more. But I do have a safe deposit box key. No, I don't anymore. I did, but not anymore. But I wonder if that's what these are. Although these aren't really safe deposit boxes, I wonder if that's what the game considers them. Anyway, I need to go back to the entrance hall to make the next turn. Let's go for the Nook. That way I have a key and can progress on the other path if this one dead ends. Here, I guess I will take... Well, it doesn't really matter. So I guess Den. Just so that I have a gem. That I might be able to... take a bit of a rarer room, although this one is very interesting. A banana. Curious. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. Suppose let's move on then. And I'm trying to get to... And I do need to remember that I have the die. So if I end up hitting a dead end here, I can try to reroll. I don't know how well that's going to end up for me, but it's worth a shot. The secret passage or the closet? Well, or the dining room, rather. The closet's a dead end, I don't want that. I think I'll take the dining room for the split. This is locked. This is not. Well, it's chapel to split, or storeroom to open the other door. And I think I'll take storeroom. Though this could very well be the end of me. I do have that dice still. Hallway doors are always unlocked. I think I'm going to take that. And that does include the foyer, by the way, I believe. Okay. Well, definitely not taking this. And I can't take this because I don't have a gem for it. And the closet is a dead end. So let's re-roll. I would love the passageway, but I can't. I cannot afford that. So I guess I'm going spare room here. And please, oh please, you did not turn the way you needed to. Well, I guess I'm in the library now, so let's, check out the next book. And this is an office which I would love to enter, but can't. I don't have the gems. I guess I'm just gonna freeze my account. And let's see what else is in here. Looks like... possibly a door? How curious. What could possibly be back there? A bunch of other stuff in here as well. That is all frozen. That means there is probably a way to turn off power to this place. probably, if I had to guess, from the breaker box. So that means I can't do anything else today. And that means it's time to call it. Which sucks. Move on to day 13. And I've made a couple of notes in the past few seconds. Not past few seconds. In the last run, I think I forgot to show you before. Here we go. Because I froze the accounts, I'm starting with 7 coins today. Let us see what is over here. The shelter. Okay. This is going to allow me to access the safe. So if day 11 was November 17th, day 13 is November 19th. So let's set that. For noon, and confirm that. And then I need to just wait for noon, which I'm actually not going to know when it's noon down here. So I'm just gonna sit here and just periodically try to open it. And we shall see what is inside whenever it does hit noon. But I don't know how long that's going to take. Actually, let's check and see what the time is now. I shouldn't need to walk too far to see it. There is a big clock on the front of the building. Looks like it is currently 20. So honestly, I'm gonna set the time to be 10 instead of noon. That'll be much faster. I cannot set it for 9. It has to be at least an hour away. I need to set that to 10 a.m. And what was the terminal password? I need to check. Swan Song. I know I can't remotely access anything, but I just want to know if the time is displayed here for future reference. Doesn't seem like it. There's also this thing about data transfers from Synca. If I had to guess, that's something to do outside and is a one-time thing. However, I do not have access to do that yet. This may take a good few minutes. So I don't really have anything to do until this opens. What is this? This weird looking... never mind. Probably meant to be a screw. Those... yeah. Probably. Can I just say, by the way, this game's art style is very unique. It's very low quality, but in like a high quality way. If that makes any sense. I wonder what happens if you reach midnight. Does the day just end, or does it like wrap around back to the start of the day? Get a drink while I have time. This is taking much longer than I would have expected it to. Which makes me worry that I somehow missed the time frame. Or got the wrong date. But if the 11th was, or if day 11 was the 17th, then I mean, today has to be the 19th, no? I guess I don't know that 11 was the 17th. 17th could have been the day that I checked out the book. Not checked it out, but like requested the book. Which would make this either the 20th or 21st. I don't remember which. I'm gonna go outside and check the time. It is currently looks to be 9:20. So 40 minutes to go before I even know if I have the correct date. Well, this better be good. This better be worth the wait. Watch it open and it's just like 3 coins. If this is not something unique, I'm going to throw a flip. Actually, I'm going to do a flip. Halfway. Which, by the way, incredible insult. Telling, or not insult, but incredible comeback. Tell somebody to do half a flip. How much longer is on this freaking safe, bruh? Why is there no clock in this room? That in itself is a travesty. You're putting a time lock safe in a room with no clock. check the time again. You know what, I'm just gonna stay out here until it reaches 10 o'clock, because the safe should open after an hour. Not after an hour, but for an hour. Looks like 5 more minutes. Potentially. It is a little hard to tell at this angle, but I think that's correct. I think it's... So I guess I'll head back. At least like within seconds. And if it's not, I am going to... Here it is. What is this? Okay, so I got 1 gem. And I got a red envelope. Dear Uncle. Okay, so this is from somebody to the uncle. From Courtney to the uncle. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father, and I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. Circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my conviction of its fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the costs my aggressively aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. Do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances. A conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible. And the fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive. Alive, safe, and finally free. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, for hope, and for a narrative in which you are not the villain. In that distant land we all dreamed of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land, I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Okay. Well, it is at least a unique thing. So I'll take it. But what that does essentially is it confirms that the Royalist Party went after Marion, and that Marion is Marion is a writer who made a children's book that some claim is like an anti-royalist tones. She denies, but then she went missing, and my package has been delivered. Oh yeah, it was in rank 3, column 4. I need to get there. Let's take a closet for now. Marion is a writer, wrote a book. Yada yada yada. Royalist Party came to assassinate her. Came to this very estate, in fact, to do so. And according to that, she was not found. So, sorry. Marianne was hid in the bunker, and the bunker was taken out of the draft pool. Or not, it wasn't taken out of the draft pool, but it was like, it was hidden from existence. And then I guess when they left, Marianne got smuggled out. Looks like actually the boiler is always solved. Since I solved it one time, which is quite useful, I will say. I guess let's take the parlor. Not only for the prize, but also because it allows me to progress. This box contains the gems. Or sorry, not this box. The blue box. The blue box contains the gems. Box with a false statement contains the gems. And the statement on the blue box is true. Well, a box with a false statement contains the gems. Which essentially means this box cannot contain the gems, because that would make a paradox. If this box contained the gems, then this would be, yeah, an infinite paradox. So this box cannot contain the gems, which means this is also a lie. Well, I technically don't know if this is a lie, but this is definitely a lie. And this assuming this is true, that would make this true. And since you're false, you would have the gems. If you were false, that would make this false, which would not be possible. That would make 3 falses. So you're true, you're false, and you also have the gems. There we go. Onwards, into the den. And I do realize I'm going the complete wrong direction to get to where the package was delivered. So I guess I'll start working my way over there. Never mind. Actually, I will take the passageway. A nice split. I'll take it. Dark room, furnace, or nook. I'm gonna take the dark room just so that I can blast right through. Oh, and it's sheltered. I forgot about the sheltered. What happens if I take the mailroom at this location? Okay, here's my package. Customer's copy, packing slip, the Cinca Company. One sleeping mask, 2 gems, 2 keys. Date packed is well before this. which is interesting. First time you enter each bedroom with the sleep mask, gain 5 steps. Both of these should be the same as before. Yes. And just to check around, make sure there's nothing lying around. I already read that letter. Yep, that looks to be it. Alright. I am kind of curious if the laundry room has something if it's powered by the boiler. Because this looks suspicious. This single one at the end. But maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Guess I must be, since there's nothing here. Well, it was worth a shot. Alright. I suppose let's take the... Well, both of these are actually identical to me. As... they will be sheltered regardless, so... A security door. That is quite early. Luckily, I do have another way in through the den. And I can take a storeroom, but I don't know if I want that. I think the bedroom, just so I can continue on, is better. Ice. Let's see here. Spare room, so I can continue on. So let's use up that key. Maid's chamber is the only one that lets me continue. This is the last room that's going to get sheltered. However, I have also never been in here before, so there might be something new. Staff notice, the day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you the death of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Miss Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All living staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premise by Friday, November 6th. Does that imply that I only get a month to do it? If so, I'm way behind schedule. I will take the utility closet here, as there is new information for me at least regarding puzzle. What? Okay, I got them all purple. What now? Now I can make them white? What? I am so confused. Am I missing crucial information here? What? I can only turn one of them white. Maybe that's the intent. Maybe there's 6 of them. And they go to different places. Curious. I'll have to look around more, I suppose. There is that whole thing about possibly having an email. I can find the office. Now wait a minute. This looks like the same kind of wire from... Wonder what that means. Very interesting. Let's keep moving upwards. Commissary, so I can continue on, I suppose. And here I would like the chapel so that it splits. Check to make sure there's nothing lying around. Doesn't look like it. Billiard room so I can turn upwards. Alright, 5. 3 minus what? Or no, 3 times 4 is 12. 14, 16 times 1 is 16. 5, 7, 10 minus 7 is 3, divided by 1 is 3. 2 keys from that. I will take it. And here, dining room for the split. It looks like I will soon run out of keys. So I guess I'll take the storeroom just to get another one. Did reach rank 8 there though. And I do have a boiler room, so I should have 30 extra steps from this. Yep. Very nice. Plus a key for every bedroom in the house. That would only be 2 of them. but it is the only new one here. I've never been in the servants' quarters. This is a green one. Oh, wait, there is something I have about green memos. Green memos in Hartley's room are false. But is this Hartley's room? This is Hartley. Okay, so that is false. That means there are not 12 major keys. How many keys are there on a piano? Hartley, I know we spoke often this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say out of the past 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you innumerous times in the past. Half-stated gratitude always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiations from you. I had always known this final letter could give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself, uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces, but I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between us. With my passing, I release you from your post and service to the Sinclair family and implore you to live the remainder of your years on your own terms, as scary and unfamiliar of a concept as that might be to you. Besides, I think a more junior valet would be better situated to meet the needs of young Master Simon. Oh, this is the valet. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post. But as soon as he or she has the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring that I imagine your objections might be after reading this, I have decided to leave the lake house in Trinsdale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past 4 decades, you have served willingly as the subject and victim by many whims, games, and riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this matter. The house is yours without strings or stipulations. I had for a time gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I knew the humor of such a prank would be entirely lost on you. Until we meet again, my friend, Herbert. Okay, so there are not 12 major keys, but I don't know. Where exactly that is intended to be used. So all I know is that there are not 12. I don't know anything else. I guess let's go into the observatory. And let's see what I get from this star. That was an accident. I did not mean to do that. I got a key. Alright. I don't have any green rooms, so the patio is completely useless. I guess the gymnasium is the only room I can actually progress from. I cannot progress from it, as there is a security door, which I do not have the key for. Let's head back to the entrance hall before wrapping up the day. And probably also wrapping up the stream. Gotta love darts. Suppose you do. Sorry for the late reply. Yeah, something was covering, something was covering the guess we'll take archives. I don't think it's really worth it to be. Okay, my mic is acting whack. This might be better, I don't know. Alright, so what is in this furnace? Does it not seem like much of anything, to be honest. Although, this looks like something will happen if it is powered. So let's do that and see what happens. This is going to be the first room I interact with that I believe is going to change with power. If I can figure out what happened. Oh, what the hell? It's just powering the furnace gives a single key. It's not a special key. It's just a key. Wow. Incredible, honestly. Let's check out the library. Swimbird by Marion Marigold. Okay, so this is another book written by Marigold. The person who was person who the Royalist Party tried to kill, but got hid by Sinclair. I am a dare bird, a daring and brave bird, diving so deep, a ride on the wave. There is not a dare I would not do, that there is not a depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open to the idea that I like the skyway from the ocean. Bird in the sky, not in the sea. That is what they say when looking at me. You are not seabird, you are not swimbird, you are wrenbird, fly in the windbird. And shouldn't you always listen to friends, for they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, and I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again. And I dare not smile, and I dare not laugh, for they will do it for me and on my behalf. And I dare not dream, and I dare not speak, for maybe my friends won't like the real me. And I will say goodbye to my dreams in the sea, and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. Okay. I don't believe there's any hidden messages in that, but an interesting book regardless. And that is it. Yeah. So that's going to be me calling it a day and a stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back in 2 days on Saturday. The regular time, 1 p.m. EST, which is 6 p.m. UTC. So yeah, hope you had a good one. See if there's someone to raid really quickly. Nobody that I have any idea who they are. So I'm just not going to raid anyone. I will see you another time. Goodbye.